Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Marketwatch. So this is the Runescape free Grand Exchange series where we go through the price rises and price falls on the Runescape free Grand Exchange on the website, where we talk through any price rises, price falls, things which are worthwhile picking up, and especially trends on items going up or down. So this is episode 99. So next week will be the big 100 episode special. I actually don't know what to do for it, but I want to say thank you guys so much for your support. I always hear that so many people enjoy Marketwatch. We hear what we talk about, so we enjoy what we talk about. And I'm hoping that through these 100 episodes, we manage to help you guys out in some form, whether it's buying things, selling things, investing, or making a little bit more profit on Runescape free. Thank you guys so much for the support though. I really do appreciate it. I won't drag it out too long, but if you are enjoying the videos, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and we'll be trying to see if I can do anything special for the 100 episode. However, we are not here for that. We are here for one thing and one thing only. Let's start with the price rises for this week. So as always, we're going to skip through some of the cosmetics, but for whatever reason, the candy canes are going up. I spent quite a bit of time on World 84 today. Shout out if you saw me get a special drop on World 84 the other day. Might have got a pet on 7-day bond, but you'll have to wait and see for that one. But I saw a lot of people buying candy canes, and I know they're discontinued, and I know people like to buy the Christmas food and all that sort of stuff. But it's such a rogue and random thing, but it is what it is. So anyway, we're going to start with limp work roots, and limp work roots, we kind of did a video about this with extremes earlier on. A lot of the overload components and the overload potions do seem to be going up an awful lot in price. Don't get me wrong, I do think a double XP is due very soon, especially with one time crafting being released. But yeah, overload's going to a silly price. But if you've got stocks, keep an eye on your overload supplies. Don't go too mad with them, because I do think we are going to get to a point, especially very soon. Overloads might be like 150k, 200k, especially with Amascut coming as well. Definitely get close to it being exceptionally high. We have Acadia Wood Spirit, 1.5k each, a normal plank 362, and a Rune Dart is 61 GP each. Tiny Plated Rune Salvage, 7.7k, a Spirit Weed Seed, 2.4k, and Wine of Sorrow kind of exploding at 60.4k, which we've not seen these kind of prices for a while. And again, this cup might be people sort of getting ready for Amascut to come out, because Super Sorrow Brews will definitely be needed for that boss fight, and depending on what sort of rewards and what drops are going to come in, it could definitely be game changing. But I would highly recommend anyone who's a farmer or really avid farmer to be doing your grapevine runs with your dwarven tools. Again, if you've not seen that video, I'll make sure to pop it in the corner, or I might actually go and do a little revisit, because it is one of my favorite methods. And I definitely include it in my farm runs. Keys of the Crossing, 641k each. Grimy Avantos, 678. A Carambola Seed, 14.9k. And Dracolith Stone Spirit, 700 GP each. We have Black Sallies at 1.8k each, and Chef's Hat still going up, 8.7k there. A Cut Sapphire, 518. And a Cut Emerald, 1.1k there. Dragon Rider Boots, 7.7k, a Cursed Ashes, 129, a Grimy Ranart, 2,000 coins each, and a Goldstone Spirit, 810. Still very well priced, the Goldstone Spirits in my opinion, and still something I would probably invest for the future. I've recently sold some gold ore for 1.1k, so by using a Goldstone Spirit, you're going to be making an extra 3 to 400 GP per ore, so 810 is still a very good price for that. We have a Chocolate Bar 561, Normal Bones 216, and a Clean Marintil 6.1k. Marintils will compete with other herbs quite aggressively for like the best one to farm at the minute. I don't think there's many herbs at the minute sort of getting past that 6 to 7k mark. So a Clean Marintil, depending on what level you are, could definitely be your best herb to farm. A Taunt Grimoire Page 5 mil there, a Fish Pie 5.9k, Magic Seed 24.8k. Death Talisman 2.2k, and a Spear of Annihilation 75.3 mil. Chronotes going up 374 GP each. Again, really nice to see those go up, and it might be because of the time spells and the archaeology research. Still don't think like there's too many Chronotes in circulation compared to when archaeology was at its peak. I think a lot of people use it for research now, and especially with prices of certain materials, it can be worthwhile using Chronotes to go and send people on missions, especially if you've got the right kind of site managers involved as well. Power Burst Vitality 4.6k, we have a Weapon Poison Triple Plus 88.7, and Light Amascut back on the way up, 6,000 coins. I know this will please a lot of players. When I did the Primal Mining video, a lot of people said we still stick to Light and Dark Amascut. So to see those starting to shift back up is a very good sign, and a good time to go and jump in an AFK there. I have switched back to Amascut. Primal was good for a while, but Amascut just seems to be a lot more consistent. Again, you guys dropping those comments in that video really helped because it kind of made me realize, well, maybe Amascut might be a little bit better. So I am hopping between the two methods. Dutch Rune 2.9k each, a super strength 4 dose is 14.4. Don't think you might make more money buying a 4 dose and then turn it into a 3 dose, especially with the price of supers going to extremes at the minute. If there are any super potions which you can turn into extreme, I would definitely be checking the prices of the different doses, because there could be a very big chance you can have one of the easiest money makers possible of just buying them and then converting them into the right dosage. Crystal Flask 1.6k, we have Extreme Ranging 4.2, Extreme Magic 10.6, and Extreme Defense 16.2k each. Again, very weird time for the old Extreme Potions and the Overloads as well. We did do a video on it earlier in the week, so definitely go and check that out as well, where we basically go through and break down all the different Extreme Potions and all the different ways you can make money from it as well. Again, Herblore is insane to make profit from. So jump in while it's there, go and make the money while it's there, and hopefully it can give you guys a little bit more bank to work with as well. Ultra Compost as well, if you're looking for a really easy money maker, just put 1000 Infernus Pyroclast into a compost bin and then harvest it a day later, and it's just a free like 5 mil per day. Very good way to sort of pay towards the bond if you do that, or a nice little way to make some very, very easy profit. But a bit of a meh price rise if you want me to be honest. The Wine of Sorrow is a big like flag. That's very, very high, and it's gone up a lot as well. Pretty much everything else is sort of hinting towards Herblore. The Dust Runes at 2.9k could be a very good way to make some profit rune crafting. They are very, very high. But yeah, Herblore seems to be the one, and it does seem to be pointing towards double XP coming, or people sort of prepping before the bigger Amascut boss. That's going to probably be one of the bigger releases this year, so it makes sense that it's going to sort of bring a very high tier drop system with it. So that might be why people are invested now, because it's going to be pretty big for the PVM. So on to price falls. So we have all the baskets, which we do not care about. The Potato Cactus is 571. Bloodweed Seed, 21k each, and Springs just over 2,000 coins each. Very good investment, in my opinion. If you go sort of like 1,500 coins, Springs will go up eventually. They always do. Very similar to Silverhawks. They're one of those drops. Sometimes they'll get absolutely annihilated because they're involved in a treasure hunter promo, but then they'll eventually work their way back up. Infernal Ashes 473. We have a Dwarfweed Seed 1.1k. Powder of Penance under a mil. I'm surprised it still held that 1 mil price for a while, but 904k for that. Tiny Rune Salvage 5.9k. A magic combo under a mil. So under a mil for a 4 component, that doesn't happen too often. So definitely want to keep an eye out for that as well. And the U version, they both sort of like follow each other. Very much want to keep an eye out anyway. Scrimshaw Vamp 855k. We have a Roar of Awakening 115.1. Ectoplasm down as well 1.6k. That is quite cheap to be fair, and definitely could be a good time to pick up some cheap Ectoplasm. Staff of Slitskay 155.4 mil. Masterwork Spear of Annihilation 295.4. We have Eternal Magical Wood Spirit 8.1k each. Skills Necklace is 14.3. Runic Katuna 140 mil. Again, I think that's sort of like falling because of the price of Magical Thread, but I'm still surprised it kept that price. I think I'm going to buy one around 100 mil once it gets there eventually, and then just see what I can make with it, see if it's worthwhile picking up as a way to make some profits anyway. We have Miasma Rune 658, Willow Wood Spirit 7.4k each, Mud Rune 892. Good way to make some money. Again, a very boring way to make some money, but a very good way to make some money as well, is to crush Mud Runes. Basically you turn them into a component for the Extreme Magic Potions. They'll be bought. I think you can make something like, at that price, about 300 GP profit, which could be a decent way to make it with no requirements at all. Scripture of Wen 34.4 mil. Manuscript of Jazz 720k. Now, this is one of the best investments in the game. I've said it multiple times and I will stick by it as well. Gold bars. Gold bars, because of the price of gems and how cheap gems are, always hold their price. Now, 2.3k is more on the higher end of where I'd want to buy, but if it touches around 2,000 coins, 1,900 coins, it's going to be some of the easiest profit. You will have to sit on it for a little bit, but you will make a lot of profit from it as well. Logs 1.2k, Blood of Orcus 11.2. Definitely want to keep an eye on. Obviously, binding contracts print money, especially with the PVM update. If the prices on the price rises that are due to Amascut coming, people will be needing things like Rippers, Reavers, Hellhounds. All those PVM binding contracts will need it to be supplied. It could be a very good time to pick some up. Astral Runes 567 GP each. Very cheap for Astral Runes. Obviously off the back of the rune crafting update. But if you're going to use a lot of Sith Soil spells and a lot of other stuff, very, very cheap price to get involved for Astral Runes, so very good there. 976 for iron ore if you're a free-to-play player. Really good to turn into iron bars just by ring of forging. Rather than 2 ores per bar, it'll only turn into 1, but you just need to keep on top of your ring of forging charges. Magic notepaper, 609 GP each. We have a Sailfish at 2.9, Vital Sparks 427, and Greater Ghost Ink at 11.2k. Congealed Blood on the way down, 4,000 coins there, so that's an interesting one. It might be because the price of the other extremes have started to go up a bit, and because of that, like, the price for Necromancy Potion does need to come down. So Grimy Toad Flax 3.9k each, an Anti-Fire Fordos 14.5, Ripper Demon Scroll 6.6, a Blood Necklace Shard 1.6 mil. So big sad face for that. Basically made my main account a lot of profit was the Blood Necklace Shards. I love doing some meta moves. So it's quite sad to see that price go down. If you do not have a Blood Necklace Shard, it's a fantastic way for a mid-level to get some HP back. So definitely pick one up why it is so cheap. Luscious Energy 356, Sparkle Energy 448, Steel Plate Body 4.8k, still using Steel Titans, so always keep an eye out for that. Making me a good way to make some profit. Steel Plate Bodies, especially in like free to play as well, you could make money making Steel Plate Bodies. Bane Bar 10.2, Necronium Bar 10.8. I do think that the bar prices definitely one to keep an eye on lately. They're starting to hammer and like sort of clash. Like last week, an Orichalcum bar was pushing 10k, and now you've got like Bane and Necronium, higher tier bars, more XP bars. They're similar price, so interesting to keep an eye on that one. Down Helmet 2.8k. We have a Lighthouse Teleport 40.5k for whatever reason, or because of a clue scroll. But there is a fairy ring right next to it. Don't buy it. Just use the fairy ring. An Armadale Buckler 3.1 mil as well. Now, I would say this week Price Falls does have more potential. Price Rises is basically like Herblore and a lot of like overrides which have gone up in prices, which has kind of like ruined Price Rises a little bit this week. But yeah, there are things here which are worth picking out. Obviously, we've got the 2 bars here. That could be very important for double XP on the loom. Silverhawk Feathers as well, for double XPs come in, they'll go up in price. Same with Toad Flax. Brews are going to be going up because the Wines of Sorrow are going to be going up. So Grimy Toad Flax, yes, it might be a bit annoying, but it could be a very good moneymaker to buy these on the low and then clean them with the Herblore Cape and then sell them or put them in your machines to turn into unfinished potions. Congealed Blood on the way down. Iron Ore and Cowhide are great moneymakers for free-to-play players. Gold bars are just, I think, maybe hold off another week or two, but definitely want to keep an eye out because they will make some profit. Willowwood Spirits on the way down. Skills Necklaces on the way down, but I thought they were a bit high anyway. And yeah, definitely some things to pick up over time. More like the bars, the ectoplasm, and some of the stuff you would use in your everyday life. And then in a week or two, we'll need to keep an eye on gold bar prices, and we'll pick that up as well. However, might have been a little bit of a long one today. Might have rambled a little bit, so sorry for that as well. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's helped you guys out with some things to do for this week. Next week, like I said, it's a big 100, so any suggestions, drop in the comments, and we might do something a little bit special for that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys very soon in the next.